makes you sad has also put you under some threat. Your staff shared some communications you and your family have received. We can't put it up on the screen. It's too ugly for that, too dangerous for that. How worried are you about your personal safety?
Look, I'm not worried personally. This threat that came in, it was mailed to my house. We got it a couple days ago, and it threatens to execute me as well as my wife and 5-month-old child. I've never seen or had anything like that. It was sent from the local area. I don't worry, but now that I have a wife and kids, of course, it's a little different. There are people that, there is violence in the future, I'm gonna tell you. And until we get a grip on telling people the truth, we can't expect any differently.
There's Representative Adam Kinzinger, one of 2 Republicans, along with Liz Cheney, who was on the January 6th committee that is exposing all of the things that Donald Trump and his MAGA folks did do on January 6th. And he's talking there about a death threat that he received for him, his wife, and his child. Now, the one thing that I understand why he may be doing this, but I feel like he said he's not personally threatened. If we're going to details of what this was about, I think he's probably personally threatened, but I understand why he's trying to downplay this, because who wants more of this to come? Let's look at this tweet that he put out. He goes, here's the letter addressed to my wife, sent to my home, threatening the life of my family. The darkness is spreading courtesy of cowardly leaders fearful of truth. Is this what you want? And he added Republicans, pastors, asking also pastors as well. Since they lean on religious leaders so much, I wonder if they feel this way about this letter. Let's look at the text of this letter that he also submitted. He said, you're one stupid C word. That pimp you married, this is again addressed to Adam Kinzinger's wife and new child. That pimp you married not only broke his oath, he sold his soul. Yours and Christians too. Adam's activities have hurt not only this country, but countless patriotic and God-fearing families. Pause. What does being a God-fearing family have anything to do with you sending this letter? And we're about to read what you said after you said God-fearing, you're hurting patriotic and God-fearing families. Again, those 2 words get used a lot of times by conservatives as a way to just be a get out of jail free card, a detachment from your hatred and your violence. So let's continue with that hatred and violence. Therefore, although it might take time, he will be executed. But don't worry, you and Christian will be joining Adam in hell too. We find it blasphemous that you name the son of the devil, Christian. Good job there. That makes a lot of sense from someone who's a God-fearing person is gonna send someone to hell. Last I checked, that's not your job, or you're not really a God-fearing Christian. So there was people that were talking about this. This is circulating around. Again, this comes right after we see this video of Eric Greitens saying, shoot all those rhinos, bag and tag them, no limit. It's weird, Adam Kinzinger is called a rhino all the time, and he's getting death threats like this.
No, there is a correlation. There has been a correlation, right? Gabby Giffords being shot. Of course, as much as Sarah Palin tries to deny this, but it happened, weeks after putting out that map with different targets on legislators who wanted more gun safety and gun control. So it's like, we need to stop being stupid about this. And I'm glad that Adam Kinzinger discuss this. I'm glad he openly discussed it. I'm glad he was a bit stoic about it. Yeah. He seemed, even though if he was shaken and rattled, because I think how could you not be? At least he presented like some sort of stoicism, like this will not shake my resolve. That being said, I can't help but think that this representative is not running for re-election. He's not even running for re-election as an independent. He knows that the toxicity of the Republican Party has poisoned the political well to the extent where there is no room for someone like him anymore to run for re-election. Certainly not as a Republican, definitely not as a Democrat. So what is he to do? And so my question is, look, I think no one deserves this. Of course, this violence is awful, but what is he going to do coming out of office to stop it? Right? Like, is he gonna just go into the lobbying field, or is he gonna actually work? Is he gonna work to make sure from the outside this kind of political violence is not the norm? And that's my big question for him, for Cheney, for others who, again, are maybe, they're not Republican in name only, my God, but people who dare to call Donald Trump what he is, which is an undemocratic wannabe dictator.
Well, by the way, we hear a lot of times from Republicans to talk about the death threats that they get. Oh my God, they came for me. Look at them outside of a Supreme Court justice's house. They acknowledge the potential violence that surrounds folks, but they want to detach themselves from their followers. Let's look at this. This is graphic 4. Public officials have been inundated with threats in recent months, many spurred by former President Donald Trump's continued obsession with the baseless claim that his 2020 loss was the result of a vast conspiracy of fraud. The Washington Post last year tracked how election administrators in at least 17 states received threats of violence in the months before the January 6th attack, often sparked directly by comments from Trump. 2 + 2 is 4. They know how this works, but this is the political approach. This is how they garner attention. This is how they garner support. One of the things that came from the January 6th hearings, when they played videos of things that were previously not seen, was some of the MAGA foot soldiers as they approached the Capitol, and they said, I guess we're coming to tell them what they should be doing by force. They said that. That's what they've been taught. That's what they've been told is the new democratic approach in this country. We're conservatives. We attack. We show our guns. We say we're going to kill you, your wife, and your child, and then you do what we tell you. Democracy, patriotic, God-fearing Americans. Get out of here.
One last thing on this, really quickly. I just want to say that to me, I go back to Ted Cruz folding when it comes to Donald Trump. If people like Cruz, a senator, a Republican senator, had more backbone to stand up to someone like Donald Trump, you wouldn't see this pattern of just folding and capitulating to that kind of violence and that kind of extremism. Right? But no one in the Republican Party has had any backbone, and they're on the chopping block next. No one is safe. Look at what happened to Mike Pence. So it's just so funny. It's like you reap what you sow, man. No one did this to you except for you.
100%. You said, look what happened to Mike Pence. Up next, Dan Crenshaw. Just saying. They already know it. They're already coming after him.